Está habituado a isso. Não, claro, é isso, mas pode ser mais.
Trabalhei lá para traduzir.
Mas tu lá também tens os trabalhadores que fazem um registro diferente. Que é no nível há muitas respostas que sim, não faz nada. Tipo, vais no não sei o que, ele sim, quer bastante pode quase um lado de bola. Foi uma conferência do Xandal. Eu estava a ouvir. É mais fácil perceber lá, não. Isso percebe? Os Xandais são objetivo. É Sean Connery, esquece. E é um jogo. E nada. Lá eu vi no TV assim. Depois tive que ficar no salto alto aqui com ele.
E de outra vez, ainda ganharam bola com mudança da hora.
E anunciaram às 5 da tarde. Também foi às 5. Eles se calhar disseram anunciamos às 5.
Muito bom dia, esta emissão social, vamos dentro de alguns momentos acompanhar a conferência da imprensa do Lisboa para mais um campeonato vistas amanhã com os Famalicão, no estádio municipal de Retiro das Flores da Tarde. Os Camões vão jogar a jornada 11 do campeonato nacional e por isso, temos essa indicação que o técnico do suporte do Porto
começar a conferência de imprensa, antevisão ao jogo com o Famalicão. Começamos com Xana, Porto Canal. Bom dia.
Mr. Good morning. This will be the 6th match in 23 days with only 17 hours between the game with Utrecht and the game with Famalicão, and 5 of these games were away of home. Yeah. So with this in mind, how does such demanding schedule influence the team preparation for this game in the Famalicão, and if you want to talk about the role of the medical staff and so on for the recovery of the players?
As usual, of course now we are speaking about also a few hours difference, but in general with a really tight schedule, the work of everybody, the professionalism of the player, the work behind the scenes is even more important to try to maximize everything. Tomorrow morning we shift part of the game preparation to be well prepared for a game that is going to be tough and demanding. You know how good Famalicão is doing since Hugo took over, and this season they are repeating the same performance. At home they are really good. They concede just 1 goal, so I think it's going to be definitely a very demanding match, and we have to be prepared and in our best version.
Sport TV.
Hi, good morning, Francesco. You told us last week that Famalicão, Gil Vicente and Braga were the teams playing their best version of football at this moment of the season. Looking to this imaginary table, where would you put Porto at this moment?
I don't know. I didn't think about it. I just gave back to the opponent what they are doing because they are in a really good moment. From our side, I think we are, of course, in a moment of tight schedule with after a long run since the preparation. So a lot of matches, as has been mentioned in the previous interview. We played 80% of the last matches of the last block of matches away. So we are trying to manage, of course, also for us the desire to win every single match is and how the opponent usually approaches us demands something more and something extra. I think so far we are doing well. I think in the last 2 games, if you take Braga and Utrecht, with the same desire we approach 2 games or we have to face a game that was completely different. With Braga we have to try to have the control of the game, especially in the second half, mainly off the ball and to use some moments of transition. And last day against Utrecht we played, in my opinion, a very good match. 75% of ball possession, really good moments of building up, 50 touches in the opponent box. So I think we are, as I always repeating myself, I think we are in the right path with many things to improve, but as well with many good things that has been done. But the process is still far away from the perfection, and we need a bit of patience and time to fix the things that we have to get better.
Bola.
Hi, Coach. Francisco Sef from Bola. We saw in Utrecht when the team was playing against 10 men and looking for the winning goal that you substituted Danish Gul for Samu. Instead of playing with, for example, 2 strikers up front. It's something that has already happened in other matches, like against Braga. You also substituted Samu for Danish. What is the reason for not playing in this kind of situations with 2 strikers? It's more of a tactical reason, or is it fitness management of the strikers?
A bit both, because for Dennis, he finished the game. When he came out, he was quite tired because the game was really big for him. So one was physical and the other one was tactical. I decided to keep Gabri on the pitch because, in my opinion, he was the best player on the pitch. He did. Many players did well, but Gabri really stand up with a solid performance in many different phases of the game, and I felt we need him till the end to maybe to have a bit less, let's say, presence in the box to start, but maybe to appear and to have the final pass and to have possibility to combine in a space that became tighter and tighter. So this is the reason why after we will see. We had moments where we play with both Samu and Dennis, even though Dennis was maybe more used as a winger, like for a few minutes against Moreirense. So many different scenarios according to the type of game.
Record?
Hi, Coach. José Miguel Machado, Jornal Record. Porto in the last won the last two league games in the final minutes and with some troubles, I think. For you, as a coach, you look at this with more worries, or otherwise you look at this with a good thing that show good spirit and some resilience too?
So the game is 90 minutes, so if you score minute 1 or minute 90, it counts the same if this helps to get the results. After, I think we need to manage a little bit also, sometimes the expectation in the way that how we started and the very good sequence of results put the expectation above the sky for everybody, and the feeling that to win the games 2-3-0 is the normal routine, but it's not like this. The games against every opponent in the league, in Europe, in the cup, are always really complicated. There are games that you are able to unblock a bit earlier and after the game goes in a certain way, but even though if you unblock the game earlier, you have to fight and to compete till the end. And yeah, after, I think I already mentioned this one or two times, I think there is a narrative around that has been built that is not an healthy one, but is normal, because of course our rivals, the media, everybody wants to put Porto down. It's normal, this is a fact, but I think what is really important now for us, for the club and the supporters and all the people that loves Porto, is the moment of the togetherness for me, even more, because we are in a moment of the season where we can really make a click in a positive way, and the difficulties that we are going to face, we need to face as a family. So it's one moment more to reinforce the message of La Familia Portista, because when we are in that stage, I think we can really have the desire and the capacity to play against everybody, against all the circumstances, contro todo, and this is what we need to go for. But it's a moment of unity, it's the moment of where we will need our supporters tomorrow in the away matches and in the next block when we will play more at Dragao, to stand together and to keep fighting as we did since the beginning of the season.
Joten?
Hello, Coach. It's Nuno Amaral from Jornal Notícias. Like you answered in Carlos' question, the approach to the previous two matches was different. Against Braga, Porto played the type of football, and Utrecht, even with all changes in the starting 11, the approach was different. What I ask you is there a risk of the team losing a bit of the identity created in the beginning of the season?
No. For me, you read this one as a decision before the match. The reality is not like this. What we want to do is very clear, and this is what we are training for. To be dominant with the ball, to play opposite half, to have certain patterns, etc., to be really aggressive off the ball, press high, as we are doing. We are first in all the statistics about intensity and aggressiveness from the defensive point of view. After, during the game can take different scenarios. And in my opinion, a big team needs to have the capacity and the humbleness to change the clothes according to which type of game are you going to face. For example, with Braga, we recover 4 or 5 balls that if we were able to transform with better efficiency could lead us to score 2-3 goals. We didn't do it, and at some point, by their qualities, their courage and their way of playing, they force us to defend a few meters lower. But even defending lower, I felt like 11 players on the pitch with a lot of humbleness, with the capacity to work together, with the fighting spirit that is one of the key elements of Porto DNA. So as I told you, through the identity, that is a word that to me sounds a bit rigid. In my opinion, we need to have a flexibility that help us to be chameleontic according to the type of game. And in my opinion, this one is not a lack of identity, it's just the capability to adapt. Here, if we want to go to all the studies, I think everybody tell us that the team that are going to succeed are the ones that are capable to adapt at the best according to the scenarios that they're going to face.
Para fechar o jogo,
Hi, Mr. Carlos Gouveia from o jogo. So Porto suffered a goal from a set piece in a track. You already talked about that. You're going to face Famalicão. That is one of the best teams in that.
The best is by numbers. Is
five goals already scored by set pieces.
I think 6.
Well, my numbers were 5, but okay, no problem.
We count from what I think from a throw, but anyway. 6.
Yes. So with so little time to prepare this match, how do you work with the players? That particular thing.
Yeah, no. Famalicão is definitely a team that I think they scored the 50% and more of their goal from set pieces. This one, they have quality on open play, players with certain characteristics, Rizzo, Gustavo, so players that can create definitely threat, but as well in set pieces they are really good. So we need to raise up again the attention. Of course, they have different combinations that we try to study, and after other things that for sure they are going to prepare, and we need to be ready for the possible adaptation. So the goal of Utrecht, I think, is it needs to be a good opportunity for us to rise up against the alert in every set place and to gain again, the feeling and the confidence in that moment to defend well, to defend properly, and with the desire not to concede.
Now, if you allow me 2 more questions, since we are too few here. One is, we've seen many combinations in the midfield. You played with Eustáquio in a track. It was the first time in the first 11. But we never saw Rodrigo Moura and Gabri Veiga at the same time. Is that possible?
Is the second time Eustáquio played against Red Star. Okay, sorry.
Is it possible to see Rodrigo Moura and Gabri Veiga in the same?
Could be. It's a scenario. I think there are our midfield is quite adaptable because, of course, I give you the example of Pablo is mainly number 6 that can play as a number 8 as well. Eustáquio is a number 8 that can play as well as a number 6. Rodrigo maybe is the most offensive player, let's say more number 10. Gabri, in my opinion, is 8-10. So according to the flavor that we want to give to the game, it could be this one as well a possibility at some point. Even though I think one of the priorities to have a certain balance in the team, and this is also what we are looking for, because at the end, when you put one pieces in a different position, of course you do always with a good intention to gain something, but you need to consider all the possible, let's say, consequences that is going to have on the pitch for the others.
There is another international break. Do you think Luke de Jong will be fit for Sint-Truiden?
We are really looking forward for that. He's working really hard to get ready. The medical staff, they are doing a fantastic job with him. So we will do everything now, as you know, and as you saw also from the media. He started to train on the pitch, having some session with the ball. The reaction is quite positive. Still, of course, there are, let's say, some pain that he needs to deal with, but he's doing well. So hopefully, after the international break, he's going to start back with the team, and after we will see when he will be fully fit to train with us.
obrigado a todos, bom trabalho.
Thank you.